Okay team, so in this video what we're going to do is go into the balance reach exercise. Now the importance of this exercise now is just making sure that we're keeping hold of these two constraints, which is going to be number one, the velocity, which is how quickly we do it, and then the second one's going to be the range in terms of how far we go. So they're going to be the two things that we need to pay attention to when we're doing this exercise now. This is going to really help with stabilizing the foot and ankle, really help with the knees, the hips as well especially, and as well the lower back. Okay, so in order for it to be able to help in all those areas there, we've got to execute this the way that I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so let's dig in. The way that we need to execute this first is we're going to place one leg forward. Okay, I want you to find a surface like a wooden floor where you have the ability to be able to just slide your feet as well. Okay, yeah, so it's going to be no good on like a rubbery surface, so try to find somewhere where you've got wood where you can slide the feet. Okay, so how we're going to execute this now is balancing basically on the one leg, and then one foot is going to slide back like so. Then once we've slightly bent the knee there, we're then going to bend forward and we're leaning, so this foot's still allowing us to slide back, but we're now going to come forward into this position like so there, and then slowly bringing it back to the top. Okay, so we're going to go from here. Try to imagine you're bringing this shoulder down towards this knee. Okay, like so, and then back up like so. You're going to get the hand down towards the foot. Try to bring it onto the outside of the foot as well. So that's the basic movement pattern, right? So as you're doing this now in terms of range, what you need to keep focused on, there's only going to be a slight bend in the knee. Okay, yeah, this isn't a lunge, it's just a balanced reach. So we're just going to go to there in terms of its range. The rest of the range then comes through you moving forward with the torso, with the back. Okay, so you're going to hinge the hip forward, you're hinging the hip, and you're allowing the back and the body to come forward down towards that foot, back up to the top again. Okay, so it's only a slight bend in the knee. The rest of it then comes from hinging the hip, leaning forward, and then coming back up there. That's the range. That's all we're going to do is that from there to there, and then back up to the top. Okay. The second one now is going to be obviously the velocity, so the speed at which we do it. It needs to be really slow and controlled all the way through. If you do it too quickly, then you don't own the movement. Okay, so we need to make sure that it's as slow as possible, because as we're now going to bring ourselves into this position, we're going to leaning forward nice and slow, distributing the weight between both the feet, but more on the front leg. Back leg there is just to help you support, and then bringing it back in like so. Okay, yeah, that is just controlling it nicely. It's a nice speed, it's a nice tempo. You're taking seconds to be able to get to the very end. Slowly pause, and then bringing it back up to the top again. Okay, now believe it or not, this is the start of strength training. Okay, because we have to be able to own these movements. If you can't own movements like these, then you're not strong enough. Okay, it's as simple as that. So this is where strength training starts, team, right? So we're making sure those two constraints is the range. First of all, slight bend in the knee, leaning forward, hinging at the hip, get down to the foot, sliding that other foot back, coming back to the top like so. Second one then, velocity, speed. Make sure it's nice and slow, nice and easy. Getting to that point, getting all the way down, touching towards the foot, coming back to the start again. You've got to control this movement really well. Okay, yeah, you're trying to keep this as stable as you possibly can. All right, the more you keep that stable, the better then it's going to be that you're going to have to work the foot and the ankle harder. You're going to have to work a lot more within the hip and the glute, as well within the lower back as well at the same time. So those movements there, those joints and those angles are all going to have to work really hard in that movement pattern there to be able to get to that point and then to come back again. Okay, yeah. Once you've done 5-6 reps at that speed, you will find it fatiguing. Okay, so we want to be aiming for, say, 15 reps. Okay, on one side, change over, 15 reps onto the other side, you know, and then obviously making sure that we're doing plenty of sets, or however many sets that I've told you to do it in relation towards your program.